And welcome to Ikasiringa's podcast. Bafethu, this is another episode. Fede, this is the weekly catch up. Fede, so just a catch up and what's going on through the week. So for me, I've been seeing a lot of people giving reviews on this Cleopatra documentary on Netflix. It's a docu-series. People are saying, hey, Cleopatra was black. People are saying Cleopatra was Egyptian. Hey, Cleopatra was Greek, Macedonian Greek. King Tui, what is this facade about? What is this controversy? What was the color of the original Egyptians, Valley? I mean, what was their color? So I went through, Google and all of that. So they sort of look at two things. So they look at the manuscripts and they look at the artifacts. So artifacts suggest that the original ancient Egyptians were black, and others also suggest otherwise. So no, they were not black. They were actually brown people. And when they say brown, they mean their phenotype on how they look. They sort of resemble people from Turkey, Lebanon, Syria, and some scholars even suggest that meaning the entire Africa was called Kemet, which means the land of the black people. And they also go further to say the origin where we all come from as black people is ancient Egypt, which again, I think it's a little bit of stretching of imagination or stretching of evidence to say that. I mean, nah, I don't think so. There are other suggestions that say, life is early Africa. Life started in Africa, and they sort of look at all these Australopithecus africanus, Australopithecus sediba, and all of that. So those are sort of things they look at that suggest that life actually began in Africa. But the question was I was having, what was their color? I mean, according to the Egyptians at the time, they classified people according to their regions, not according to their race. So you had Upper Egypt, you had Lower Egypt, and you had Nubia, or Nubian, people from Nubian. So when you look at the documentary itself, the trailer, when you look at the trailer, as I've said, I go 100% correct. I'm saying there were black people in ancient Egypt. We were there. But in the case of Cleopatra, that is absolutely out of this world to suggest that she was black. Definitely she was not black. She was born in Egypt, raised in Egypt, and became a ruler in Egypt. But her descents, Manibugela, the bloodline and all of that, they trace back to Macedonian Greek, or Macedonian Greece, as they say. But to say that she was black, I think Netflix is trying to get people's attention. But I understand why Netflix is writing to create a controversy because they want to make money at the end of the day because of somebody's unknown color of their skin. I mean, again, the trailer itself, man, it push into feminism. I feel like it push it. And again, which is something I understand why they are doing it, to say, there's little representation of powerful black women in the media. And again, there's little representation of powerful black women in history in general. So by taking a very important figure and a very controversial figure in history, portraying it as black, that creates a lot of a buzzing, to say. People will go mad. As you see now, these people are actually suing Netflix for doing such a stupid documentary, according to them. It's stupid because it is a distortion of history. I mean, when you look at a movie, generally speaking, especially the ones that deal with historical accounts, they sort of distort history automatically because the docu-series itself, where the region is happening, it's not happening in 635 or 638 BC or CE. It's happening 2023. Already that is a distortion of time automatically. And now I understand they're trying to be accurate as much as possible, but it won't happen. or it automatically itself, by making a docu-series, already distorted history, because you're dealing with time. When you look at the trailer, I mean, I'm gonna just pick on something that I found it interesting, where she says, "I am a god." Um, that that's that is a typical Firaun mentality, because the pharaohs, they call themselves God with a capital G, not a small G. They call themselves gods. Stupidity. What kind of stupidity is that? How can you call yourself a creator? Are you mad? What have you created in your life, in your own existence? Can you uncreate yourself since you are a creator? Can you undo yourself? Can you make yourself unexistence because you are now a creator? That's madness. That's one part of the trailer that I found it disturbing. The last one, it was, I don't care what they tell you in school. Cleopatra was black. Okay, let's rephrase that. I don't care what they tell you in school. Nelson Mandela was white. What kind of madness is this? We are distorting history. Ngamabomu. Why are you doing this? Ah. It's madness. You can't be doing such things, my friend. As I've get, Netflix is catching bait, bruh. You need fish. Netflix is catching fish. And they're gonna make a lot of money on the docu-series. It's coming out in the 10th of May, just in a few days. So, are you gonna watch it? Just let me know in the comment section. Do you think Cleopatra was actually black? Do you think so? Do you think Cleopatra was white? Do you think so? Do you think Cleopatra was Egyptian? The last one. Do you really, really think Cleopatra was black? Bafet, Tisi Valera, Kasiringa's podcast. This is the weekly catch up. So, to the ones who've been liking and subscribing, thank you very much. Continue to like, continue to subscribe. Please share with your friends and family. Make sure that you tune in for the next episode. I'm going to be bringing guests for interviews, speaking about films and stories and stuff. So, Bafet, this is your boy Pegs, and I'm out Kasiringa's podcast.